Hi everyone, my name is Tom McClooney and I am one of the chef lecturers here at South Eastern Regional College. For today I'm going to be making for you a vegetarian butternut squash and chickpea curry. I've got all the ingredients here in front of me. I've got everything that's going into this curry. We've got some butternut squash, we've got some frozen mixed peppers, we've got chickpeas, just cooked chickpeas, drained and washed from the tin. We've got some frozen peas, we've got some onion. We're going to put a bit of tomato puree in there as well, and to finish at the end we're going to put in a bit of mango chutney. And obviously we've got our curry powder. We're also going to be serving with that a braised rice. So we're going to go through the curry first, and then we're going to put the rice on, and then we'll take you through that, and then we'll see how we get on. Okay? So let's go. So first into your pan. I've got a pan on a medium heat. Okay? Not too high and not too low. So a good drizzle of oil. Okay, we're going to go in with the onion first. Pop that in there. And we're just going to take the heat down just a fraction. And in there we're going to pop in the curry powder. So we want the grain of the curry powder to burst within the onion. Okay, that's a little bit more oil in there. And we're very lightly frying the onion with the curry powder. Okay, keep it on the move because you don't want it to catch. And we're just softening that onion down a little bit. Okay. Just keep adding a little bit of oil as you need it. You don't want it to get too dry. So fry for about a minute just to burst the grain of the curry powder. And that will probably do. So get that started. So next we're going to add in our butternut squash. We're going to add in our peppers. This is all very quick. That was very quick. And we're going to put in our chickpeas as well. And we're going to lightly fry everything together. So you can hear that nice sizzle. At this stage, we're going to put in a little bit of seasoning. Just salt and pepper mixed together. We're just slightly frying that in the curry powder and the onion. We're going to get all those flavours starting to develop and it's starting to smell good already. Okay, just keep it on the move and just make sure that you're not catching the bottom of your pan. Okay. So next we're going to put in some vegetable stock. You can use chicken stock if you like, but it's a vegetarian dish, so we're going with the vegetable stock. So we've got about 600 ml of vegetable stock. Let's pour that in there. We're going to lose that. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. We want to get this onto the boil. So we need to cook out the vegetables in the curry. The butternut squash is going to take about 15 minutes just to cook out. Just don't overcook it because you don't want it going in too much. Okay. We also have some peas, but we're going to add the peas in towards the end because you want the peas to be nice and vibrant. If you put them in now, they'll go a wee bit grey. So we're going to put those in towards the end. We're going to add in some coconut milk now as well. This is a tin of coconut milk. And we're going to put in our tomato puree as well. This is just a teaspoon of tomato puree. And we just lightly mix all that together. And we're going to let that cook out. see the colour of that changing now with the coconut milk in it now. Got some nice colours going in there as well. Nice healthy vegetables. Okay, so we're going to put our peas in towards the end. We're going to put in our mango chutney towards the end. We'll adjust the seasoning, and we will thicken the curry sauce at the end with a wee bit of just corn flour and water. Okay, so I'm going to move this pan over to this side, and we're going to move this one over here. I'm going to crank that up a little bit just to move that on. And just gently let that simmer until it starts to cook out. Okay, so we'll move over to our rice. So here we have some long grain rice which has been washed to remove the starch, because you want it to be nice and fluffy towards the end. The starch will make it stodgy if you don't wash it. We've got vegetable stock, we've got a bit of butter, 50 grams of butter, and a bit of turmeric. Pan onto the heat. Okay, we've got 50 grams of butter, and we've got roughly 500 grams of rice. Okay, we're going to gently melt that butter. You can use margarine as well, or you can use a bit of oil, whatever you like. And gently melt that. You don't want it to get too hot, so just adjust your heat as you go. You can see our curry there is bubbling away nicely next door, so we keep a close eye on that. So we're going to add the rice into the butter. We're going to coat the rice in the butter in the pan. So the rule of thumb whenever you're cooking rice is usually 1 part rice to 2 parts liquid. So if you've got 200 grams of rice, you're going to need 400 grams of water, or 400 milliliters of water or stock. And that should absorb the exact amount to make your rice nice and fluffy and not over or undercooked. So once the rice has been coated with the fat, okay, I'm going to put a bit of turmeric as well, just for add a bit of colour. Put that in. And you can see that it's turning the rice a nice yellow colour. So literally a teaspoon in there is all you need. Just keep that on the move. Okay. Once the turmeric's in, then grab your stock. Stock's boiling. And add that in. And just make sure that all the rice is all underneath the liquid. There's none stuck up around the sides of your pan. Okay. I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. So on top of the rice, we're going to add what is called as a cartouche. It's just greaseproof paper which has been lightly buttered. So we'll pop that over the top of over the rice. And we're going to add a lid on that, just the tin foil, just something that you should have in the house. And we're just going to let that cook away. It's going to take about 15 minutes. Okay, the curry's coming on nicely. Just keep a wee eye on it, keep stirring it, make sure it's not caught, it's not sticking to your pan. And as soon as those butternut squash starts to soften, we will thicken it. We'll add in our mango chutney and our peas just towards the end. Okay guys, welcome back. You can see our curry has been simmering away now for about 15 minutes now, closer to 20. The butternut squash is nice and soft, and we're ready now to add in our peas. So add the peas in just that couple of minutes towards the end, and keep them nice and green, vibrant. It also adds a good bit of colour, nice bit of colour into there, and yeah, it's looking good. So at this stage then we've got a little bit of mango chutney. So we're going to put a mango chutney in. You can serve the mango chutney separate, but this adds just a little bit of sweetness to the curry as well. For anybody out there who likes a hot curry, you could possibly put some chili flakes in there if you wanted to spice it up a wee bit, make it a bit hotter, but we're sort of keeping this one quite mild. This is a mild curry powder that we've been using. Okay, I'm just going to bring that back to the boil. It'll just be 1 second, and then we're going to thicken it, and then we're going to taste it. Okay, so this is just to thicken the curry. This is just corn flour. It's about 2 teaspoons of corn flour. It's been diluted with a very small amount of water. It's almost made like a paste. It's good for thickening curries and sauces. Good for anybody who's gluten intolerant and can't take anything with flour in it. This is good for you. Okay, so we're going to thicken that up. Okay, we're going to take a look at the rice. We've cooked the rice for about 15 minutes. We're going to take the lid off, and we've turned the heat off, and we've let it rest for 5. And there we go. The rice has absorbed all of that lovely vegetable stock. Okay, if you measure it out properly, it should work every time for you. Okay, and we'll just fluff that up. Yep, that looks good. Yep, that's perfectly cooked. Okay, so we'll go over to our curry. We got our corn flour and water, and we just very, very gently drizzle that in, and you'll see very quickly it's thickening up. So don't dump a whole lot in, just add it very gradually. And you can see that with these ingredients, it's quite a pot full there. So this is going to feed a hungry family of 4, no problems, for very low cost ingredients. You can see that there now, it's coming up, it's nice and thick. And again, if you like your curry a wee bit thicker, add a bit more in. If you like it a wee bit looser, then just don't put as much in. It's completely up to yourself. I think that's probably just about right for me. You see those nice colours there with the butternut squash, with the peas, the peppers. Nice and appealing as well. Okay, so we're finished with that. So we're ready to serve. I'm just going to give this spoon a quick rinse. Give me 1 second. Again, you can serve this whatever way you like. You could serve the rice separate, put your coal out, or your curry out into a separate dish, have your rice in a separate dish, or you can, just go for it. So we're going to put in some of the rice into the bowl. I'd say that's probably about right. A little well. And then we your curry. I'm going to turn that off now. And just get a good selection of vegetables and your curry in there. And again, this will keep very well in the fridge as well, so if you don't use it all on the night, you can use some for the next day. And there we are, guys. That's your vegetarian butternut squash and chickpea curry with braised rice. Enjoy.